Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Two nerdy sisters here. And you can excuse the smacking. Christy, she's hungry, so she's eating her pizza.
Having a late dinner.
Yeah, but we just had to speak on this, and I'm going to shout out the beautiful young lady, Barbie Cosplay.
Kudos to you, Queen.
Yes, kudos to you, Queen. But it was a video that she posted, and Christy and I watched it. And after we watched it, I'm not going to lie, we was hot. So pretty much, poor girl got attacked for doing a cosplay. Mr. Popo, y'all know who Mr. Popo is from DBZ.
Mm-hmm.
And from the Blerd community. And Barbie Cosplay is a black woman as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the Blerd community attacked this poor girl. And she did this cosplay, I think, in 2024. And it's just some very hurtful comments that she, got because of her cosplay. Really, really hurtful comments. So she did a video speaking her truth.
Mm-hmm.
She got death threats and things. And, you could tell from the video that she was really hurt by it. So me and Christy, we just want to share why we really distance ourselves from the Blerd community.
And I just, I definitely feel where she's coming from. We haven't been attacked or anything like that, but it's very disheartening to hear, her experience and to also, hear people like just threatening violence against her just because they disagree with the cosplay. And I mean, it's just, if you felt some kind of way, you could have gone to her, sent her a DM, and just politely discussed with her, why you felt the way that you did about the cosplay. But, for people to actually be writing things, threatening her, and, just saying just disrespectful things is terrible, especially, with all of the different things that have happened within the community. She had mentioned about the tragedy with Squid Kid.
Yeah.
And it's just, this community has not learned anything. People go on about their business, they pay their respects to that person, and then they go on and then they're back on to, to their life, mistreating people, using others, and just totally just, ignoring people's presence because their following count is not to a level that they feel might benefit them. So they totally ignore people and disrespect them.
And that's the thing with the Blerd community. It hurts worse when it's your own people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to say it. Y'all worse than the ones that's guilty of that behavior. Y'all worse than the racist trolls.
Yeah.
Y'all always want to come we can expect that from the racist trolls to say that mess.
Right.
And I just be like, whatever. But to get attacked by your own people and some of the things that Christy mentioned, it hurts worse. And like I said, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Back to with Barbie cosplay, the thing that was so messed up, it was another young lady. I don't know the lady, and we're not haters.
We don't have nothing.
Yeah, we have nothing against this young lady.
We
don't know her. However, she did the Mr. Popo cosplay much, much later than Barbie cosplay. And everyone is coming in the comments praising her and saying nothing but good things about her cosplay. So my question is, what changed? Why was the comment so negative and hateful towards Barbie cosplay when she did it a couple of years ago? But, the young lady that did it now, everyone is praising her. And I had to look it up. I said, let me see.
Let me research this.
Yeah, I researched. Like I said, I don't have anything against the young woman, but she has a large platform.
That's the difference.
Bingo, and that's the difference.
And a lot of self-serving people in this community who go around clout chasing. It's never enough. They're addicted, and they go around sucking up all the clout that they can from all these people with these larger following counts. And it's nothing against them, but they have no idea what the hell they're getting into.
No.
Because it's a bunch of messy, self-seeking, drama-filled men and women in the community. and some older elders acting like children. It's a damn shame.
And then the thing is, too, some of them, see, this is the thing. What I noticed with the Blerd community when we were really active on Instagram, they pick and choose who they want to support. And if someone, happens to get into some drama, they pick and choose whose side that they want to take and come to their aid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's so messed up. And we've met some, because I'm not going to say everybody from the community is, toxic, because that's not true. We've met some beautiful people on there. And it was just sad because a lot of them, came to Christy and I in private through the DMs telling us how they feel like they don't fit in with the Blerd community. They don't feel supported.
Mm-hmm.
They feel ignored. And it's just messed up. And they were telling the truth. It was so many talented people that we know, cosplayers, and they supported so many people, and they weren't haters at all. They supported everybody, but people didn't want to support them for the reason, I don't know what the reason was. They just didn't like them for some reason. They didn't want to support them.
And the really sad part about that, you have people in the community who tout themselves as guardians
Mm-hmm.
of the community, as protectors,
Right,
and things like that. But y'all not protecting people.
no.
This woman got attacked,
Mm-hmm.
dragged on the internet because of a cosplay. And where were y'all at? Y'all talking about protecting women. Y'all want to protect the women that wear barely nothing on the internet.
Yeah.
And that's fine, ladies. Y'all want to do that, whatever. No hate to y'all. But this young woman, she's just simply expressing herself. You could have talked to her in private.
Yeah, if you felt some type of way about the cosplay.
But y'all dragged her. Y'all dragged her, and not one person spoke up to say anything in her defense.
No.
But y'all sit here and try to, when tragedies happen and things like that, you guys want to, kumbaya and all of this stuff, and try to act like, well, we gotta band together. No, y'all some of the most divisive people I've ever met in my life.
Then really be about it. But again, you support
100% for everybody.
100%. But again, you support who you want to support. And it's a clout thing. Or if you find that person attractive, it's and like we said again, we've mentioned it so many times, colorism is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you don't like the way the person, you don't like their features or their body type or their sexual orientation. People pick and choose who they want to support.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I just feel like too, like what Christy was saying, like when and rest in peace to Squid Kid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I really felt like the poor girl when she passed. I just felt like a lot of people from the Blerd community was making content just because it was circulating on the internet. I felt like they honestly really didn't care. It's just like, oh, well, this is circulating, this tragedy is circulating on the internet. I'm going to make a content about it. And that's what I felt like. Y'all just wanted
disingenuous.
It was, and y'all wanted views. That's really what I felt like. It was so messed up, and half the people that was doing, not all, but the people they the ones that be guilty of the toxic behavior.
Yeah, and the behaviors that unfortunately drive people to do what she did.
Exactly.
So, are y'all really for your people?
Right.
Are you really trying to protect those, you know what I mean,
mm-hmm.
who are vulnerable, who can't protect themselves? Are you really? And I'm not saying that you got to go and put your cape on for every single thing that happens on the internet. But in this situation here, it was disheartening to see all of the comments that was coming through on that page, that post that she did.
And then some individuals were tagging other people from the Blerd community, trying to get them to say things about her, like, hey, tag the person, look at this.
And I'm like, this, if you felt that way, once again, why didn't you go to her directly?
Mm-hmm.
She is the content creator. She's the one that made the post. Why did you not go to her directly and speak to her? And that's the problem with a lot of people in this community. And if this does not apply to you, I'm not talking to you. But that's what the problem is in a lot of this people in this community. People are cowards.
Mm-hmm.
They go around talking crap about people behind their backs in their little group chats and DMs. We know about that.
Mm-hmm.
We know. And, and the person that they, may even think that these people are their friends. They're none the wiser.
Right.
Meanwhile, people are talking smack about them. They're disrespecting them. and saying all kinds of things, calling them every kind of word in the book except for a child of God.
But then you'll see them in person with them at a convention, smiling up in their face.
Exactly.
And we know, yes.
I'm like this. Keep the energy the same. You feel that way. You're going to talk about them behind their back. Keep that energy the same when you see them in person, in face to face, in the flesh.
It is. It's a herd mindset, like you said. It's like people go with like the people that are popular, the big phones, whatever they feel, then I want to go flock to this.
The thing is, they may not even feel that way,
right?
But it's because that's the popular opinion,
right?
Everybody want to go with it.
Yep, and that's what it is. Oh, it's a mess, I tell you.
Yes, I'm just like, y'all.
That's why we distanced ourselves from the Blerd community. Honestly,
we had to, because the toxicity was too high. And it was getting to the point where, you know what, I just didn't know what the heck I was going to log into to see. Mm-hmm. And, just seeing drama play out. That stuff is toxic and trying
to rope us into it. I'll never forget when we logged in, somebody from the Blerd community was gossiping about another cosplayer and wanted us to join in, and we don't even talk to them.
And guess what? We shut that down.
Yeah.
It was like, don't bring that into our DMs. And that's how people need to be out here.
Right.
If that person comes to you and they're saying this about a person, they'll be like, hey, sounds like you got a personal problem with them. You need to go take it up with them. That's how people need to be. But people are not real anymore.
They're not.
They put these facades on the internet and act like their life is perfect. Act like, they're this, they're that. And make themselves appear to be things that they're not.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, this whole clout thing. And sometimes I just wish social media didn't exist, because years ago, because we ain't new to this, Christy and I have been nerds our whole entire life, seriously, and been going to cons since 2007. And yes, you had some people there in the convention scene, you could tell, they thought they were hot and had a little elitist mindset, but it wasn't to what it is now. And I'm just being for real. And social media has a lot to play with that.
Yes, because it's everything now, especially within the Blerd community. It's become very cliquish.
Yes, cliquish, and it's with clout. And I'm not saying that. And I know some people could be like, oh, Kendra, you're saying this. I ain't no gatekeeper. I welcome anybody into the fandom spaces. Welcome. Right. But what gets on my nerves is people, and me and Christy know for a fact, some of them that come into the community that just started coming into it. Once they saw that cosplay, anime, fandom in general is popping and popular now, coming into it for the whole mindset of trying to get paid, making coin, and they have that cliquish mindset, that bullying behavior, and they're bullying people online and in person. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. You could go elsewhere. Because we didn't have that. I'm just being for real. Years ago, since we've been doing this, we didn't have all this stuff. Again, you had some people that thought they was all that, but it wasn't like this to what it is now. And in a way, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wish that anime and cosplay was underground and wasn't mainstream. I really do sometimes.
Yeah, that it returned back to obscurity.
Yeah, I really do.
Because at this point, it's like almost now and it's sad because people already have in their mindset of joining in these cliques. Mm-hmm. And then you take that same toxicity into the community as well as conventions. Mm-hmm. And it's like, shoot, we don't know what's about to pop off because all these people got all this drama.
Yeah, exactly.
They brought it with them to the convention.
Yes.
And that's the problem. And people don't get that.
No.
And unfortunately, some people, they like to see this stuff play
out. They do.
Because they're toxic and their life is miserable. And so they like, oh, let me see all this stuff play out. Let me see them argue. Let me see them fight.
And that's what the Blerd community has turned to, as a SHIT show. It has.
Yeah.
I don't care. And you can get mad for me saying it. It is. It's turned to a SHIT show. You can get mad at me if you want to.
Because I'm like, let's be real. Like, never in my life have I seen all this kind of stuff play out.
Exactly.
Over cosplay, over anime.
Yes!
But we've gotten to the point now where we're sitting here, like, basically threatening people's lives.
Yes!
And, trying and making people feel bad about themselves.
I'm like, at the end of the day, as we say, nerd. I say I'm a nerd. Nerds were never cool.
No.
Where did this come from? Like people trying to, the cool kids. Oh, you're the unpop. Like where all this? I'm just like.
And I'm gonna be very real with you. The people that are doing that sort of thing, they probably never ever experienced being bullied, because if they did, they wouldn't do it to other people.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But yeah, and I just want to say again, kudos to Barbie Cosplay for sharing her truth and standing up, because it's a lot of mess in these fandom spaces, especially in the Blerd community, and things are not going to change unless you speak out about it. And a lot of people get upset when you bring out the ugliness that's in the community, but it has to be brought out.
It doesn't impact them. That's why.
Yeah. But,
and if this doesn't apply to you, let it fly.
Right.
But if you're mad, ask yourself why.
Right. But change ain't going to happen until people actually acknowledge it and recognize realize the problems that are in the community and do better. So, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to say, Christy.
Yeah, I would just say, again, kudos to you, Barbie, for speaking up and, sharing your truth and defending yourself, because, you're encouraging other people to do the same. Anybody that's experiencing any kind of, injustice or anything like that, definitely speak up for yourself. Don't be scared.
Right.
And don't let people silence you, and don't let people cause you to duck away.
Right.
And be afraid of any kind of backlash. You speak up and you stand up for yourself. And we are also in solidarity with anybody that's standing up for themselves, because this is ridiculous.
It is.
It is.
Yep. So with that, we are out of here. And say what you must in the comments, but keep it respectful. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.